This morning I'm going to be running A fixed at Chicagoland. First time running the A car at Chicagoland ever, I think. Had a couple of good results at C fixed. Got some good points for the week, so I don't want to mess that up, bring my average down, so I'm going to move on to A fixed. Might have a go at B fixed as well, depending on when this race ends. Might just jump straight into the next one, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm about to jump straight into qualifying here, and let's see what we can do. I've literally not turned a lap of Chicagoland in this car, so I don't know if you can go flat or not. I'm hoping you can. I would think that you can, because the A-Fix car, everywhere else that I've driven it, has just been absolutely glued to the floor. I'll still do the same technique as I do in C-Fixed, where I just bin off the first lap and just run around the outside to get some extra speed up. Doesn't feel as glued. Hearing a bit of tyre noise that I wouldn't expect to hear in the A car. It's a little bit twitchy. A little bit twitchy. It's flat through 1 and 2, although it's definitely loose. And through 3 and 4, again it's flat, but it's uncomfortable. I don't think this is going to be good enough for pole, but no, it's put me 4th. That's okay. It's one of those things. Literally the first laps I've driven in this car, so I'm not expecting it to be great. I don't know why Trading Paints isn't loading my Camaro skin. Trading Paint's open. It's a weird one. Yeah, I might actually just take... I've not really got the time, that's a shame. Okay. Yeah, I'll just gonna share stream before I get going. Oh, I need to watch a long ad. Typical. The grid doesn't fully start for a couple of minutes, so I've got some time. Don't normally race at this time in the weekend. I think it'd be nice to just try some racing that's a smaller field, a little less pressure than the top split stuff. Yeah, I do really want to know why my Camaro is not showing. It's because I put the time in to make the livery look really nice, and it's not appearing, which is stupid.
One to go, next time by. You're on the outside this time. Keep road, close right now.
Looks like I'm one of the last two. Oh. Where's my taskbar overlapping stuff? Maybe I should move it. Have I got a moment? Hopefully. Yeah, that'd be fine. I don't run in full screen mode because it glitches out a little bit, and it has done mid-race before, and it's a total panic. So what I do now is just stretch the window across the 3 screens, so it kind of looks like full screen, but it's not. So there's just less chance of that happening. I can't say there's anyone I really recognise in the field except for Graham Burnett, who I know is a Brit. Grab my Twitch stream stuff. I can see what on earth is going on. There we go. Yeah, I really need to get a better Twitch setup, because currently if I want to see anything like the chat or new followers or anything, I'm just looking at my phone, which is propped up next to the screens, which I know isn't right. Like, I think I'm supposed to have an overlay actually on the iRacing window. Just haven't got around to setting it up. So we're coming through to the green flag now, entering turn 3, and we'll be underway shortly. No idea at all how this is going to go, honestly. Wouldn't surprise me if I ended up in the wall, but hopefully it won't happen. Good start. Always nice when you can just slot into a gap. You don't have to fight around turn 1. Looked like the pole man was having some connection issues. Hopefully nothing to worry about. Not sure why the 2 has gone so wide here. Connection in general on a few of these guys doesn't look amazing. Hopefully it's not going to be a problem. They just look to be jumping around a little bit. Particularly that pole car, who's just fully disappearing through the turns. I still haven't really sussed whether this track is flat or not in the A car. It just doesn't quite feel flat enough. Like, I feel like I can go flat, but it's a big risk. So I'm being careful, though I am going to come under pressure very shortly. That feels quite nice, to run up the track a little higher. Doesn't feel quite so twitchy when you go away from the low line, although I don't think it's as fast either. I think everyone else is doing the low line, so I feel like I should really be copying them. It'd be nice if this race went flat. Went green, which might happen. Looks like we're driving pretty clean at the moment. That will be really interesting to see when the tyres start to go. As I said earlier in the stream, I've not turned a single lap in the A car here before this race started, which is not recommended, but I was just in a bit of a rush. Thanks for joining the stream, Reese. I can see you there. I've got 3 viewers. I'm assuming they're all MTR people, because I struggle to get more than about 1 normally. Yeah, I don't know what I'm really... I don't know what I'm really doing in this A car. It just... I haven't sussed the line out. I'm definitely falling away from the front 3. It does feel like it can't go flat, but I think that's just because I'm not getting the line right, and I'm going to end up in no man's land in a second between 3rd and 5th. That was a better line through 3 and 4, but I'm still not doing what everyone else is doing, because it just need to get a feel for the line first. I'll try to take a wider entry into 1, bring it down low through 2. That felt better. Used more of the width of the track there. Just the tyre noise is a lot round here, which makes me think that I'm driving a line that's just shredding my tyres, but I don't know. I'm definitely going too low into turn 1 compared to the others. Need to find some pace. If anyone's got any suggestions in the chat, let me know, because I don't feel like I'm getting the most out of this car at the moment. Oh dear, that was that was me trying a different line out, and clip the outside wall through 2. Okay, so you can't go flat through 1 and 2. We know that now. Pretty sure you can almost go flat through 3 and 4 though. So, wide entry, low through the exit, right up to the wall. And then through here, high entry, low middle, on the power early. Is that a better lap? But not hugely. Lap 13 of 50. Long way to go in this one still. Long way for me to catch up to the front 3. That was a bit of a different line, and not in a good way. You've got to be so careful not to clip the apron through the turns here, because it is extremely slippery. But equally in qualifying you want to get as close to that apron as possible, so there's definitely some risk versus reward there. I've been caught. Might drop another place here if I'm not careful. Right, I've got to suss this turn 1 out. I think I'm going to go really wide, drop off the gas a lot, and then get on the power earlier, like that. That felt better, and I gained a little bit of a gap to the truck behind, to the car behind. Always think I'm in trucks. Okay, I think that's more the line that I should be taking, so we'll try it again here. So high up on the entrance, drop all the power off early, fully off the gas, then put it flat down earlier to get more speed onto the back straight, rather than try and hook it round the turn on kind of half throttle. Just as I say that, I'm wondering if maybe the tyres are starting to have enough, because got a little bit of oversteer on entry into 3 there. Coming up to 1/3 distance here. Try and do the maths in my head. Yeah, we are at 1/3 distance. 3 lots of 17. So we've got a 2.2 second gap here. 2.2 second gap to 3rd place. Let's keep an eye on that gap, see if we can get it down. Oh, okay, it's really starting to get loose now. I've got a really mild oversteer all the way through turn 2 and 4. Wow. Gap's about the same, unfortunately, although I have pulled the gap again to the car behind, so I must have got a bit quicker. Yeah, not making any headway on 3rd. This could be a bit of a lonely race, which you don't get very often in general on oval. Oh, mild contact with the wall going into turn 1 there. Just took my eye off the ball a little bit. Don't think there was any harm done. There's so much oversteer on the way into turn 3. Really uncomfortable oversteer. Just want something to happen. Is the racing okay here? Yeah. What I like about Chicagoland is that it's bumpy. Now normally that would be a bad thing, but it does make the racing a bit more unpredictable. It's not just a parade. Also the track's quite narrow, which means that you often get some contact, some rubbing, and it's just more entertaining than other similar sized tracks, I think. Like tracks like let's say Vegas, for example, similar kind of size but just wider and smoother, and it's just a little bit less entertaining, a bit more predictable. Alright, we're at half distance, guys, and I'm completely just marooned in 4th place here. Nowhere near the front 3, nowhere near 5th. It's making for a bit of a boring stream, and I'm sorry about that. I'm doing everything I can here to try and catch up to Tony Reposard in third. Yeah, in iRacing I'm kind of enjoying the new package, just because there's something particularly cool about races that aren't super speedway tracks, like Kansas for example. They just kind of become super speedway tracks because everyone's going flat all the way around. Makes the racing closer, although it can end up being a bit of a parade, I get that. I am on an island. I'm completely just middle of nowhere here. Got some lap traffic up ahead. Doesn't look like it's really causing any problems for the top three though. He's pulled another second on me since I last checked. Let's try a different line. See, I feel like I know what the fastest line is, but the car's just not sticking when I do it. High up into one, fully off the power, and I'm just trying to put the power full down, but it just doesn't want to let me. Three and four, I don't think I could really be taking that any quicker. I feel like I've got that down, but 1 and 2 I'm definitely just not doing the perfect line at all. I'm going to try and go back to my old technique, which is just kind of half throttle it, but then I run wide. Just yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like I'm in a traffic jam here. When you run C-fixed here though, it can get pretty hectic because, as I said earlier, the track's so narrow in the turns, and there's only really one good line. You can just about squeeze two. It's really hard to pass here. In comparison to other tracks like the last two in C-fixed have been Iowa and Gateway, I feel like you can pass pretty well at both of those, but here, grid position's everything. Sometimes I opt to not qualify and start at the back just to try and avoid stuff, but here you have to be at the front because you won't be able to make your way to the front through passing. As I lap the 13, who kindly got out of the way. Can barely see the guys up in front now, they're just dots on the horizon. I would love a late caution just to spice things up a bit. I feel like I'd have more chance of going forward than I would backwards. Especially on fresh tyres, because I feel like I was sticking with them for the first 5 or 6 laps. That is not the line. Yeah, it is a Gran Turismo pillow. I've had that quite a few years now. Before I got into iRacing, I was quite big on Gran Turismo. Especially growing up, did a lot of Gran Turismo 3 and 4 in particular. Since I found iRacing though, I've been kind of hooked on that. I don't really do any other racing sims. A bit of Wreckfest if I want something fun, and occasionally do some old Formula 1 mods, like mid-90s mods and things, just for a bit of fun. But yeah, this is the only one I take seriously. Just avoided the wall out of 4 there. Got a little bit loose, had to check up. Got a 4-second lead to play with though. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like if you're a similar age to me in particular, everyone kind of played the same games growing up. Like, everyone had Gran Turismo, everyone had a lot of the Need for Speed games, like Most Wanted and Underground. A lot of people had the Toka games, like Toka Touring Cars. I also had the IndyCar series game on Pt.2, which was really, really good. That was my first taste of oval racing. Yeah, new damage model is important. It's weird. Every sim seems to do damage completely differently, and I wouldn't necessarily say there's one that does it perfectly, but like some sims go for a more like cosmetic kind of make the bumpers hang off, but then the mechanical side of it doesn't really feel right. I kind of feel like iRacing's the other way around, where like the cosmetic damage is not crazy, but the mechanical damage just feels very sensitive. And it annoys me if like your car can look fine, but you can be down like 10 mile an hour on the straights and then your race is over on iRacing, because you can come into the pits, get your damage fixed, but it won't fix the mechanical damage. That was a little bit harder than it needed to be with the lap car. Just misjudged how much speed I could carry through that low line. Both my cats are in the room at the moment, and I can't help but be worried that one of them's going to jump up on the desk and walk straight across all 3 of my monitors. I'm really hoping they don't. One of them's eyeing it up. Credit to the front 3 guys, they've really just run away with it. They knew exactly what they needed to do and they just got on with it. A little close to the turn 1 wall. A little loose through 2, but you can handle it. This is the first green flag race I've done in official in iRacing for a long time. I reckon at least 5 or 6 weeks. Because Gateway and Iowa in C-Fix particularly last couple of weeks have just been absolutely dreadful. Yeah, I know what you mean, don't worry. How many laps to go now? We've got on lap 47. Oh, you've got about 5 laps of fuel left. And I've got about 4 laps left. I didn't know it was going to ever be this tight on fuel. Should I have been doing fuel saving? I hope not. I mean, it'll be interesting to see if anyone else's pace starts to drop at the end because they managed to use too much fuel. I don't think I'm going to have a problem, but it looks like I'm going to cut it pretty fine. Like if there was a late caution and it went to a green-white checker, for example, I'd definitely have to pit. How have we got? Yeah, okay, no, I'll be alright. So I've got 2 laps to go, and I've got 3.8 laps of fuel left, so I should be fine. I'm just surprised that they cut it so close, because normally in these official races they give you quite a lot of spare. Well, this has been a real quiet race, but I'll take a 4th place considering, because I started 4th, I'll finish 4th. It shouldn't be a hit for my I rating, although I don't think it's going to really make it move up either. It'll probably just stay about the same, I would think. Nearest person to me is 3 seconds behind. Person ahead is 10 seconds ahead. Just going to roll it round the final turn. We can back off and just take our time here. And across the line for a 4th place at Chicagoland.
Chicken flag, chicken flag. Good job, very good job.
I'll just park it on the back straight here. I'm just going to take a moment while the window is still open to go on Trading Paints and check why my livery's not on the car, because I don't understand why. This is like my fallback one, but I definitely painted one the other week. Let's have a look. Oh, that's weird. It's not there. Huh. Does that mean I didn't save it? Well, that explains why I don't have it, but... It doesn't even look like it's... like the car I'm looking for is even in the list. I'm looking... oh, there it is. Camaro ZL1. Yeah, I don't have a paint, so... yeah, that's strange. I guess I must have just not... either I didn't save it, or I didn't publish it, or... ah... I did make the paint. I've got trading paints on. Yeah. Okay, I've got the paint in my trading paints thing. I painted it, but I don't think I've like applied it to the car. Ah, I didn't click race this paint. That's my bad. So if I click it now, looks like that's worked. If I reload trading paints, I'm not sure how quick it is the thing. It says it's going to automatically refresh my paints, but I'm not convinced. I just want to see my new paint. Don't think I've actually... well, now I know I haven't actually raced it at all, so it'd be nice to see it, but... yeah, strange. Okay, well it's applied to it now, so... if it's not going to show up now, it should at least show up at some point. Hopefully for the next race. If I closed... I'm going to close trading paints and reopen it. How are we doing for time? Okay, it's 9:42. We've got loads of time. I might jump straight into the B fixed race. Keep the stream going. Again, though, I've done absolutely no practice in B fixed, so I should probably jump in there first and actually try it. Okay, it's downloading the Camaro now. I can see it doing it. Here it comes. There's my livery. That's cool. This is a good opportunity just to actually see that it looks alright, because yeah, it looks alright to me. Cool. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep the stream going. I'm just gonna jump straight into a B fixed race, but I'm gonna need to get some practice in first. So I will put Okay guys, we are back and loading up some B fixed practice. Basically I'm just going to run it, and if I just feel like it's a total mess and I'm not going to be able to do it, then I won't do the race, because I've got a good I rating at the moment that I'm trying to protect, and I don't want to just throw it away if I'm going to be really uncompetitive. Gonna hopefully be getting a new hard drive for my PC soon, because as you can tell it takes a hugely long time for me to load a session. It's like at least a couple of minutes to load anything. I once tried to load the Nürburgring and it took almost 10 minutes. I've tried VR, and to be honest I just don't get on with it. It makes me feel sick. I do have an old Oculus. It's not the newest model at all. It's like an old Oculus Rift dev kit from when they first kick-started it. So the quality's not great on that, but yeah, whenever I use it I just feel sick. This actually feels quite nice. The first thought rides the bumps quite nicely. Right, here we go. First flying lap. Again, never driven this car around here, and oh, it shows because that's so wide. Ooh, it's a bit of a strange feel. In fact, it's a really strange feel. The kind of feels like the wheel has a little bit of a disconnect. It's not the same as the C-Fix and the A-Fix car in terms of it's not. You kind of throw the car into a turn and you can feel it struggling to do what the wheel wants it to. It doesn't feel, you know, super slow, but at least it doesn't feel like it's going to oversteer, because that's what annoys me. Trying to get your I rating. Oh yeah. Yeah, my I'm happy with my I rating at the moment. It's hovering at about 4,000, which means I get to do top split pretty much any time except maybe the huge like NIS races, but yeah, get to race against the really fast people, which is cool. Yeah, it's time consuming, and like you have to be very patient to get your I rating up. You can't just jump into every race. Am I going to hit the wall? No. That's a surprise. Throw it down into turn 3. Get it on the power. You know what, I take it back. This actually feels like the best car of the 3 to drive around here, because you don't get any oversteer, and the understeer that you get is kind of manageable. Yeah. Let's just throw it on. You see, even when I want to lose it, it's hard to actually lose control of this car. It's quite forgiving around here.
You've got some damage. Let's get that fixed.
Yeah, I avoid any kind of Sonoma style things. I'm no good at the road courses at all in these chunkier kind of cars. Like, I don't mind doing a bit of Skip Barber and things, but to be honest, I'm not very quick in that either. So I just stick to ovals at this point. My I rating for road is a lot lower. It's about 2,100, something like that. Well, I will do be fixed, because why not? I need to update the what it says on Twitch, because at the moment it says I'm doing A fixed still. One thing I haven't painted is a B car. Ah, of course you can. I literally, I think when I first started iRacing, I put the effort in on road stuff, because I didn't really understand. I don't know. I hadn't really done many oval racing things, and then when I found ovals, I just stopped doing road entirely.
All right, there's a grotto there.
Let's have a look. Oh, now I'm watching my own stream. That's not right. That's not what I want. Oh, now I'm watching my own stream. That's not right. That's not what I want. Create a dashboard. I think that's where I need to go. I've not tried one of the newer Oculus models, so I might get on with it better. But yeah, just in the experience I had with the old dev kit, it would just, I don't know. I guess I'm just not that great with the whole kind of motion sickness thing. What we're changing? Oh, there it is. B fixed at Chicagoland. I never looked to see what my I rating and points were for the last race. I probably should have had a look at that. Okay, well I got 91 points, which is fine, you know, something. Okay, my I rating went up by 5, so very small gain, but you know, a gain's a gain. And yeah, I'm hovering at about 4,000. Looks like there'll be a similar size field for this race, I think. How many people are in the session here? 13. There was 14 in the A-Fix race, 13 in this one. 13 registered. Right, we'll go and do a little bit more practice. We've got 5 minutes still. Good line through turn 1 and 2. Missed the apex completely there. I'm going to hit the wall, I think. Yep. Sometimes you've got to just test the limits. Race starts at o'clock, so 3 minutes. Yeah, should be a good one. I'm actually now looking at it. It's gone up to 17, so it's going to be a pretty much full-size field. Let's. Yeah, I'm not super fussed about whether I'm really on the pace or not for B-Fixed. It's as long as I've got a feel for the car enough that I'm not just going to loop it round right at the start. This will be my first B-Fixed race in, I think, more than a season. I've always focused more on A, C and then K and N. Briefly hit 7 viewers there on the stream. Not going to lie, my record for a stream is about 9, so we're not far away from it now. It would be cool to get into double figures. Wow, yeah, I'm just drawn to that wall on the exit of 2. I've definitely got to adjust my line for this B car, because that was the line I was using in the A car and the C car, to be honest, and it just isn't quite working for me now. The wheel I've got is just the Logitech G29. It's like that kind of, it's a starter wheel, I would say. It's cost me about, I think it was about 160, 170 in the sale with the pedals and the wheel and the shifter. I don't use the shifter, to be honest. I just use the paddles on the wheel. But yeah, at some point I'd like to upgrade to something better, but I don't have to. Like, some people say that, you know, it's really important to have a good wheel and a good set of pedals, but I wouldn't say this one's holding me back. So probably, oh, there you go. I was just about to say this will probably be my last lap before the session is starting. Let's just loop it down there and off we go. Right, I'm just going to go and grab a drink while the session loads. I'll be back in a moment. and all before the session loaded. That is how slow my hard drive is. Maybe wonder if he'll drink and drive. No water for me at the moment. I know there's in the league that we do every Sunday evening. There's been open conversation that there's been some guys that are on the beers as they go around, but it doesn't seem to affect the driving too much. This might actually be a good opportunity just to do a little rundown of my setup, so let's do that. So okay. Cable's not really long enough, but so I've got triple monitors. They're not equal monitors, which is so stupid. To be honest, the cable isn't long enough. I was going to pull the webcam round and show the wheel and the pedal setup and everything, but it's not going to happen. Now I've got to put it back on. I feel like the camera is not in focus at all, so I need to fix that as well. Might just take a moment to do that while we're going. Let's have a look. Preview window. That's better. Yeah, that's not the best quality camera. That looks okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. Thanks. Yeah, the chair is a play seat, which is cool, but it's the cheapest one. It's literally the one that's like folding, like kind of like a camping chair. It's comfortable though. Right. Who is in this session? We've got some fast guys in here. So Briar was in the A fixed race that we just did, and he drove away from me pretty easily. Alec Daffin is always really quick, and I fully expect him to be quick again. There's 20 guys in this race, so it's a full field, which means I definitely 100% will have to qualify. Before I do that though, I need to put the phone back where it was before so I can see what's going on. There we go. Cool. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, 100%. Before I had this playseat chair, I was just sitting on an office chair, and the pedals were like balanced on a shoebox, and I used to get such a backache. It does make a huge difference. Also, having the pedals and wheel like fixed securely onto something like they are now makes a huge difference. Not just so there's no movement, but so you can really put your feet down hard on them. That was an absolutely dreadful line through 1 and 2. I'm going to abort this lap and have another crack. Alright, one more go. That looks more like it. Not as quick as I could be, but at least I'm vaguely on the pace there. It's like I'm going to be about a tenth down on what I can do. Where does that put me? Puts me third. More people will qualify, but I just need to I want to be in the top kind of 7 or so, otherwise, as we've said earlier in the stream, it can be a real traffic jam. I'll be surprised if we go green again like the A-Fix race. That was pretty fluky, I think. Oh wow, yeah, there is some so all 3 of the guys in front of me in qualifying have qualified 0.2 quicker. Don't know where they're finding 0.2 from. I mean, I can, even my absolute best lap, which I really felt was the limit for me, was not 0.2 quicker than the one I did in qualifying, so not going to be an easy one. I'm 5th ranked in this one. I always kind of think if you're ranked 5th, you should try and finish in the top 5. If you're ranked 10th, you should try and finish in the top 10. Right, 15 seconds to go until the end of qualifying. Looks like I've stuck it 5th on the grid, which is okay. Don't mind that. Weirdly, just like the A-Fix race, I've kind of looking eerily marooned because we've got 4 guys a lot quicker, and then the rest of the field a fair bit slower, because that wasn't a perfect lap for me either. I'm the only guy in the 30.5s. Hopefully it's not going to be another one of those races where I just kind of amble round. Right, we're going to grid up.
One left to green. Line up on the inside.
This might be the race that encourages me to do some more B fixed, because I've got nothing against it. And actually it's the only NASCAR series that I don't have a UK and I season title for, because I've got 2 in A fixed, I've got 4 in C fixed, and I've got 4 in K&N. I don't have any for B fixed. Bit late to start a charge, I think, for this season, seeing as it's week 3. To be honest, what puts me off B fixed is the schedule, because it normally has an extra road course, and I hate the road courses. And it also just seems to kind of do its own thing from the official schedule. They just kind of randomly go off to somewhere else that's different to the other series. And then often I kind of think, well, I don't want to practice that. What league are you hoping to get into, or will be starting soon, guys? Integrity Racing. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I'll just have to have a look around, see what that one's about. There's not that many I've heard of, to be fair. Me being a UK and I driver on ovals, there is a real limit on what's around league-wise. I'm very lucky to have My Turn Racing League, which is every Sunday evening. That works really well. Beyond that, the only other ones I saw that I could even attempt to do would be the German league, on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and then also there's a US league that's called Night Shift, which is literally for people that run night shifts and then sleep in the day. That would also line up quite well for a UK and I driver. But yeah, apart from that, just coming around to the green flag now, guys.
Going green.
About to go green for 45 laps of Chicagoland. Got a pretty good start here. Should get inside of the 2 car, and we do. He did really well there to hang on around the outside of me there. I'll let him go. Looks like he's got some pace. And that is actually Alec Daffin, so I know he has pace. He beats me in these races regularly. Got a little nudge there from the car behind. Clean first couple of laps is always important. On more than one occasion here at Chicagoland, I've come out of the blocks a bit hard and just smacked the wall on lap 2, and then screws your whole race up. It is an easy track to hit the wall. Seem to be sticking with these guys pretty well. I don't know how long for, but they just seem to be able to get the car turned in better into turn 1. Maybe they're applying a little dab of brake, maybe, I'm not sure. I wouldn't really want to try that, honestly. That was a good exit of 4. Brought me back towards this group. We're at 7 viewers at the moment, guys, and we are agonisingly close to me breaking my record for people on the stream at the same time. If we can get to double figures, that would be incredible. I'll keep my eyes on it. As well as on the back of the number 2 car, which I'm getting closer and closer to here every lap. Whoop, 6 getting loose. 6 getting very loose. Where do we go here? I'm boxed in. I've screwed that up. Great run around the outside here. Whoever's on that high line has just absolutely nailed that. That's the 3 car. He's literally, if he can make this move stick, he's going to have passed 3 people in one turn. It looks like he is going to make it stick. Quality move. Full credit to him for that one. That was very opportunistic. Yeah, he's made it stick. Great move. I need to make some progress here. Not sure if there's any point me even going to the inside here, but I'll give it a go. Whoa, the 6 really just must have applied some brake there, because I was not ready for that. Oop. Clip the grass. You do not want to do that. Oh, and it's put me wide into turn 1. This has been good racing so far. Bit sketchy, but that's always fun. Right, I've got the line just how I want it here for a good exit. And it looks like the 2 is going to slide up maybe into the wall. No, he saves it. It's frustrating. I've got some pace, but I just haven't been able to make the most of it to actually pull a pass yet. I think my headphones have just lost audio on the right hand side. That's annoying. I'll have to try and twiggle that when I get on the straight. Here we go. Yeah, got it back. This 6 car is taking a really strange line around here. Really strange. I'm not sure how I'm going to get by him, but I need to because he's holding me up. I backed right off there to try and get a slingshot off of 4. Didn't work, didn't get enough exit speed. I think I missed my opportunity earlier on in the race. That was my time to get the pass done, because now my tyres don't feel great. This little battle unfolding up in front of me is going to help me out. Looks like there's a battle for second as well. I hope I'll get at least one yellow. I need one. We're at third distance now. That was a good line through 3 and 4, happy with that. I can get to the back of them, but I just can't get past them. I think I'm going to start trying to dab the brake into turn 1 and 2, see if it helps. Got a little bit of apron there through 3. Gotta be so careful. They're getting away from me again. It's happening again. Just like in the A-Fix race. That's a good point. I will check the fuel. The thing is, the fuel's not very accurate until about 10 to go, but we'll... Yeah, it says I've got 40 laps left, so that's comfortable. That's what it should be. That's why I was expecting it to be an A-fixed. When you can hear the tyre noise, you know that you're not working the tyres properly, and I can just hear tyre noise all the way around this track. Oh, that was so close to the wall. Oh, that is the wall. Give me that yellow. Where is the yellow? At this rate, it's going to be me that brings out the yellow. Desperate for some tyres. Oh! I really need to not cut the grass. Someone just made some contact with the wall further up. Saw some sparks. The new particle effects on iRacing look great. The sparks and also the way that the dirt is flung up and the grass and stuff looks really good. It's saying I'm back in 5th as if I wasn't in 5th the previous lap, but I have been in 5th since very early on in this one. Oh, no, I wasn't in 5th. I was in 6th. And Stephen Massey, who's just left the session, was in front of me. I didn't see what happened to him. Yeah, he was the guy that I was saying earlier had a really good move around the outside. Come on, guys, give me a caution. Please. My tyres have nothing. The battle in between Daffin and Birrell up front looks a little spicy. Maybe they're gonna cause a caution, who knows. About 30 of 45, so we're at 2/3 distance now. I'm going to start trying to go harder into the turns and then using the brake in the hope that I can carry a bit more speed in, maybe gain some time. I didn't feel very quick having just tried it, but who knows. Feels pretty good through 3 and 4, but then my exit's not very good. My exit's awful, and I've hit the wall. Oh, there is Stephen Massey rejoining in front. I'm wondering if maybe he just disconnected. It'd be pretty unfortunate if he did, but to be honest, he is flickering a bit, so it wouldn't surprise me if he did. He'll rush off into the distance because he'll be on fresh tyres, so maybe he'll end up in a battle with these two in front and help me out a little bit. I'm clutching at straws though. I'm surprised the guy behind hasn't been able to make much of a dent. Cameron Harris. He's been about a second behind me and he hasn't been able to really close up, despite the fact that I'm being really inconsistent here. What I need to do after the race is watch back a replay of the leader and see what he's doing, because I just can't suss this track out. Oop, hit the wall. Just a brush. Ooh, nearly again. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but the understeer is getting quite bad now at this point. Yeah, I just need to see how the leaders are handling it, because I'm not handling it well. I'm dropping time quickly. Looks like the car ahead of me, Ethan Birrell. He was in a battle with Alec Daffin, but he's now a second and a half behind him. So I'm wondering if maybe he's picked up a little damage or made a mistake. Come on, just give me a late caution, that's all I want. The field's too spread out now, I think. Even if someone did spin, it's not going to even bring out a caution unless they stop on track. Oh, that's the wall. Whew. Luckily I had a 3.5 second lead that's built up between me and the car behind, so I'm getting away with this. I don't think I've ever hit the wall so much and not got more than 0x. Just a series of small brushes with the wall rather than one smack, but see there, I just tried to brake, scrub all the speed off, get on the power early, but it just doesn't work. Too much understeer. The car just does not want to turn in to the apex. You have to scrub off so much speed in order to get the car actually rotating inwards towards the inside line. I think I'm starting to remember why I don't like the B car much. And that's the wall. It's back right off. That was a good line. That felt nice. Let's keep an eye on the lap time here for this lap. See if it's an improvement on the previous. .32.79 to beat. And that was a 32.6. That's 0.2 quicker. Okay, that's probably a good line then. Not that I can do it now. Just tried to replicate it on the next lap and I can't do it. Tricky. Ah, yellow. I don't believe it. It's happening. We have a yellow with 3 laps to go. And the most boring race of all time, TM, trademark, has just become mildly interesting. The field's going to be brought together. This is going to be a win-win for me because the car behind hasn't been very quick. So I would hope that I'm not going to get past. But yeah, I've got half a chance now of gaining a place at the end. I can't believe we went green for 43 laps to then get a green-white checker. That's never happened to me before. Why does it look like there's so many cars in front of me? I'm in 5th, but it looks like there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 6. Yeah, there's 6 cars in front of me when there should be 4. So there must be some. Oh, there's a couple of lap guys in there. Right. That's just me being thick. It's been a while since I've been behind a safety car. Haven't done it at all today so far. Right. We need to not take on more fuel because that would be thick. 4 tyres. Looks like. Oh no, it's just the lap guys staying out. For a second there I got excited that someone on the same lap as me was staying out and risking it, because that would never have worked. Yeah. Whoa, that's a terrible pit entry. No! How am I too far forward? To me, that looked perfect. But This is not good because this means I'm probably going to lose spots now rather than gain spots, which is really frustrating. No, I didn't lose any spots. Wow, okay. Got away with that one. This is not me driving at my best, guys. Let's just put it out there. I think I've brushed the wall maybe 5 or 6 times in this race, which is quite uncharacteristic. I just screwed up my pit stop. But we can get some redemption here with a good attempt at the green-white checker. Only thing I would say about this green-white checker now is I can't really remember how much grip I had on fresh tyres and what line I was using because it's been so long. So if I just go ahead and send it, I could end up really screwing this up. So it might be wise for me to just tuck in behind someone else and just copy their line and then hope that one of the ones in front of me makes a mistake. One to go, we're on the inside line. It's favourable to be on the inside line here because when you build up after the green flag, turn 1 and 2 is completely flat. So if you're on the outside, you just lose time. There's no way about it. So if you're on the outside, you have to try and dive into a gap, whatever one you can find, before you hit turn 1. Otherwise you can end up losing multiple spots. If I could gain 1 place, I'd be really happy here, because I was happy with 5th. I'd accepted it. Anything above that now is a bonus. It's going to be interesting to see whether the leader goes early or goes late. I've got a really bad view of him. I'm going to have to hope that I can kind of tweak my line a little bit just so I can see when he bolts, because I don't want to just be looking at the car in front of me. He went early. Oh, the 6 has just got in front of me, gutted. Here we go. Got a good run on the 6 here. Not sure which way I'm going to go around him though. Let's go around the outside. Let's pin him down and try and hold him down on that low line. Half a lap to go. This isn't going to go very well for me, I don't think, being on the outside, but we'll try it. Keep my foot in it round the outside if I can. Oh, this is going to be close to the line. This is going to be very, very close to the line. I think I'm going to have him though. Yes. 4th. Good finish. Enjoyed that. A little bit of excitement at the end to round off that one. Right. Well, that was the second race of the morning, and I'm gonna call it for the stream for this morning. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Got some really good viewing numbers today. Normally I've got, you know, 2 or 3 viewers and I get by, but it's been consistently between about 5 and 8 today, which is good. We've got some good discussion going. MPD94 in particular, thank you for sticking with the stream, being in the chat, and just kind of keeping the chat interesting, really, because it's, you know, it's all good to have viewers, but it's a lot better if you've got people that are really getting involved with it. So I really appreciate that. And yeah, catch you guys on the next one. So thank you very much for watching.